Hello guys, welcome to the tutorial today, as I'm going to show you guys how to align the INS system in the 747-200, so you get a rough idea and understand how to program it, and you'll see that it's really quite simple in understanding what to do with it. So I'm going to put the chart on screen so you guys can see the longitude and latitude coordinates for each waypoint that we're going to do in the flight plan. So I recommend getting your flight plan from SimBrief, and once you generate the flight plan and you're happy with it, click generate and scroll down onto the flight plan where you have your payload, and under that you'll see all of your heading. As you can see, you've got flight level, you've got your distance, you've got your true track, your normal track heading, remaining distance, etc. But you can see the longitude and lateral coordinates. Let's get started on how to start the SIVA and program it ready for the departure. If we go into the tablet and we click onto the main menu, we can see INS. So if we click INS, this is going to give us our insert position. So this is our first position to align the aircraft. So we can see the longitude latitude, which is north 51282, and west 000289. So first thing we want to do is we want to align all of the IRSs. The radio master bus is on, and now we can see that the SIVA is online. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to twist the dial to position, which we can see all zeros, and our first coordinates is north 51282. So we're going to click north, as there is north, so north 51282, and then we're going to click in insert, and then we're going to go to west, which is going to be 000289. So 000289. You don't have to put the zeros in, you could just put 289, as long as the zeros, as soon as the first digit starts, then that's where you can then punch in. If it said 010, then you'd basically just do it anyway. So there's 000289 west. So always make sure that you click either north, west, east, then your digits, as you'll see it change. So we can clear that, and we can do it one more time just to show you guys. So we've got north 51282. So the first thing we're going to do is north, so number 2 is north, so we'll click north and you'll see the north there, and then we'll put 51282. We'll click in insert, and then we've got west 000289. So as it says east, we've got number 4, which is west, so when we click west it will go to west, and we've got 000289. So if we put 289 in, there's the 3 zeros that we originally had. So once we click insert from there, that is the inertial position set up. Make sure that the waypoint is on 0 here when you do set up, and position here. So the next part of our waypoints, now we have to get in the waypoints for the aircraft. So we're going to switch to waypoints, and we're going to flick this little box that says 0. We're going to put that to number 1 now, as 0 is our first part where the aircraft stands, and that is our IRS position pretty much. So next is waypoint number 1. So if we was saying we was leaving out on the Brookmans Park 7, as we can either do VOR to VOR, or if you've got the coordinates you can put in the SID star, etc. So we've got the Brookmans Park 7 Foxtrot, and we're going to say from leaving Heathrow Airport we're going to be going to the Delta 269 Delta. So we can see that it says north 51292. So we're going to hit north 51282. We're going to then click insert, and then below that we've got the west coordinates, which is 000344. So we're going to hit west on number 4, and then we've got 000344. So we'll just put 344, as the rest are zeros at the front. We click insert, and that is waypoint number 1 in. We'll now switch the box to number 2, and we can see underneath on the Brookmans Park 7 Foxtrot we've got the Delta 279 Foxtrot, which is second down on the list, which is going to give us north 51301. So again, where number 2 is for north, we've got north, and then we're going to go 51301. Insert, and then we'll go underneath to our west coordinates, which are 000375. So as we've got 3 zeros already, we'll put 375 as it's going to work backwards, so we'll click west, and then 375 as it works backwards, and we've got 000 in front. So we'll click insert, and that is waypoint number 2. As we're in waypoint here, we are working off of the waypoints as we click up. It doesn't matter about 0 to 1, that's just where we're going to leave from waypoint 0, and then we're going to go to a number 1. So on to waypoint number 3, we've got then the Delta 305 Hotel, which is north 51339. So now we will put all of the coordinates in, as we've got no zeros. So we've got north 51339. We'll click insert, and then we'll go underneath to our west coordinates, which are 000386. So again, because it works backwards, we'll click number 4 for west, and then we're going to put in the 386. So 386, insert that in, and that is waypoint number 3. And that is pretty much the gist. If we wanted to do it quickly, just to show you, we've got the Delta, so we go to Chiltern, let's say. So we'll go to Chiltern, which is going to be north 51374, so we go north 51374, and then we've got west, which is 311. So we go west 311, insert, and that's waypoint number 4. Now what I'm also going to show you guys as well is we can only put 9 waypoints in. Once we get to the 9th waypoint, which is just say we've got something in, so let's put something in, let's put Totrium, for example, just to say that that was our 9th waypoint on the arrival. So Totri is north at 51465, and we've got west, which is east, sorry, which is going to be 118, so east 000118. So let's say, for instance, that we've got all of these waypoints all filled up, and we're coming to the end near to our last waypoint, which is number 9. So we'll say that if we change this, we'll just say that we are there. So let's just say, for instance, we are cruising now, and we are at waypoint number 8. We're leaving to go to number 9, which is the last waypoint that we can put in on the Seaver. So what's going to happen is once it gets to number 9, it's then going to basically relap itself and then go back to number 1. So once it leaves number 9, it's basically going to say something along the lines of a 9 to 1. So before it does switch to relay number 1, all of the waypoints before will now be clear to be re-entered. So you'll go back to number 1, and then you will carry on the process of the next set of waypoints after number 9. So it will just keep going around in a continuous circle, 1 to 9, back to 1 to 9. So that is pretty much how you get the IRS all aligned. Now once the IRS is aligned, you can see that it will say ready, ready, ready will pop up, and then once all the readies do pop up, then you can get it all done. So what you want to make sure you also have in as well is you want to make sure that you also have remote on before you do anything. So if you don't, then all the Seavers are going to work on their own. So you have to manually input the initial position on all of them. As we can see here, because I didn't put the remote on, we can see that if we go to position, there is nothing there, you see. So we'll just quickly put these in just to show you. So if you don't put remote on all 3 at the start, when you start to program the first position for 0, then all the Seavers won't talk to each other. So make sure that remote is on. That is 100%, which is why there is just one ready for the align 2, because the Seavers all work independent. So for that we had the 5122, and we've got west at 289. Okay. And if we just do the third one quickly, but if you have remote on at the start, it will do all 3, and basically they'll all interact with each other, which is something that you do want to do. So again, we'll do the positioning, and we had north 51282, and we've got west at 289. Okay, so now they're all set in. They will all come to life and be ready, and once they are all come to life, you're just going to basically switch them all over into nav. Okay, so just one thing to remember, guys, before you start the Seaver up and start to put in the first waypoint from the positioning, just make sure that you hit remote on all three of the Seavers. Now, it hasn't got it in this one, but when you start the flight, they will all say 0, and just make sure that you put remote on all three. That way they will all interact with each other as they will work independently from each other. So make sure remote is in, and then they will basically liaise with one another. The data that you input, say you change waypoint, it will change all three of them, so they're all kept up to date with what's going on. Otherwise, if you don't have the remote on and you just input the position for number 1, it won't do number 2 or 3, and that is why you'll then see overhead you'll get just the 1 ready light and the 2 will be out. So make sure that remote is on before you do anything Seaver, so they can all talk to each other. So that's it for the tutorial today on how to program the INS system. If it helped you, don't forget to subscribe, as there will be more tutorials coming, as the 747 does have its own custom playlist now for the tutorial series, so I will be going over everything to do with the 747. So you guys have a great day, enjoy flying the 747 and enjoy setting up the INS ready for your departures over the globe. Take care, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.